Hello everybody, before we get on to the review today, I want to say I'm sorry for not uploading the past couple of days. I have taken a road trip and I kind of was busy and didn't have time to edit or upload anything. Also, I'm sorry for breaking the schedule last week that I promised. I had a lot of video ideas that popped up that I just had to do at the time needed, and I will try to get some of those other reviews up, like the guy who requested Pierce Fulton. I still probably will get that up. I might have to redo it though, because I kind of found out that I didn't like how the other one sounded, so I kind of had some trouble with that one. I wanted to get that one up last night, but I'm sorry I couldn't get that up last night. But please subscribe to the channel for more regularly updated music reviews and information and comedy and everything else, and let's get on with the friggin' video! Hello everybody, Legend BTV here, back today to review the newest EP from Coldplay, called Kaleidoscope EP. Now, Coldplay are one of the biggest bands of the century. They are an extremely popular band, hailing from the UK, and they've had a ton of critical success, even scoring a #1 on the American Billboard Hot 100 with Viva La Vida back in 2008. I feel like that's when they hit their prime in terms of chart success, and I mean rightfully so, because Viva La Vida was an amazing record to me. I still listen to that record today. It is a fantastic album. I love Viva La Vida a lot. And not just the single, there's a lot of great songs to that album. Well, actually, the first album I heard by them was A Head Full of Dreams. And actually, like, honestly, I saw a sea of negative reviews on iTunes, and I'm just like, how? I mean, I know it's more of a pop style, but it still had a lot of shimmering production, some radiant melodies, and a lot of grandiose anthemic feels on a lot of the songs, especially A Head Full of Dreams, my personal favorite on the album. But still, I mean, even though the percussion kind of sounded fake to me on a lot of times, I still enjoy the record despite its pop sound and mainstream appeal. Which leads me to this new EP, which, I mean, I'm glad that Coldplay hasn't retired yet, even though they've hinted at doing that, like, multiple times in their career. I'm just like, when will they ever retire? Because, you know, they keep saying that, but it's just like, I worry one day they'll actually mean it, and that'll be an even bigger disappointment because you expected them to, like, fake it, but nah, so we know what it is. But anyways, yeah, some singles started popping up from this thing. Unfortunately, we have one I need to talk about first, and that is the Something Just Like This Tokyo remix of the Chainsmokers and Coldplay's hit song. It should come to no surprise that I am not a fan of the Chainsmokers at all. Once again, I have to say that because, yeah, for those of you who are new to this channel, I am not a fan of those guys at all. And yes, this is the worst song Coldplay has ever featured on or performed. Although, I mean, in terms of the Chainsmokers though, it's actually one of the more tolerable, some of the better Chainsmoker material. Yeah, that's just saying something. Okay, yeah, the pianos leading up to the drop aren't bad. I mean, they are kind of basic. It's just like don 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 don, kind of hitting the same note all the time. And yeah, the chorus is fine. Chris Martin does a great job. The drop comes in, kills the momentum. Honestly, sounds like a rip-off of Roses, blah blah blah. I've already reviewed that track. And yeah, the Tokyo mix is, I believe, just them playing in Tokyo live. It's not really much of a remix at all. So I was kind of disappointed in that. I was hoping it to be like the Alesso remix. While it wasn't great because still it had some of that Chainsmoker feel, I still applaud Alesso for at least adding more of a dance touch instead of just the boring drop from the original version. So thank you, Alesso, for that. Anyways, though, we move on to a lot of these other tracks, and they actually sound a little bit more like the old Coldplay, just with more of a melodic touch and, you know, a bit more of a sugary sound. So it kind of sounds like modern, but with the classic Coldplay sound intertwined in there. So it's a nice mix of the every sound Coldplay's tried to make. It has some elements from A Head Full of Dreams, some from Parachutes, like everything. Yeah, so let's just start off track by track, because there's 5 tracks. Let's go. First, we got the All I Can Think About Is You, and while I like the message, the song honestly kind of starts off a bit boring to me, but luckily it turns around towards the end with an awesome guitar solo leading up to that All I Can Think About You Is part, and honestly, I love the message of the song too, because, I mean, you know, I've been there. I mean, everyone's been there where, like, all they can think about is just, you know, the person they love, or, like, someone they feel bad for, or just whatever it is, you know, but, like, yeah, I mean, I can relate. Then we go on to Aliens. It's Something Special, Someone Special, by Coldplay and Big Sean. Yes, Big Sean features on the Coldplay track. yeah, it's probably the poppiest song on here. I mean, just besides something just like this. It's probably the poppiest song on here, but even still, I like it. It still has some guitars in it, some actual instrumentation from Coldplay, and I mean, at least it feels like the band is doing something and still working their magic. And yeah, I like that. I appreciate the tones of the track, and Big Sean, I mean, you know, he's Big Sean. Yeah, you know that. Anyways, moving on from there, even, we have Aliens, a song that actually I really like. It landed on my best list on 1 week of Best and Worst Tracks of the Week. If you haven't checked out the series, it's series where I review Best and Worst Tracks, but moving on from that, blah, blah, blah. And then we have the Hypnotize mix. I honestly really love the song Hypnotize. It's a very quiet, not quiet really, but I mean, a very soft song that really is really beautiful and shows off Chris Martin's vocal range quite nicely. I really like that track a lot. Then we have the Something Just Like This song, which, you know, I already said. Anyways, though, I think this is a solid EP from Coldplay. I'm a little bit disappointed in a couple of the songs, but, I mean, 3 are great, so, I mean, I'll give them that. And one of them is a boring sellout, unfortunately, and the other one I'm just kind of mixed on, which, you know, that would be like, that would be the All I Can Think About Is You, which kind of waned on me, because I put it on the best list on my Best and Worst Tracks of the Week series, but it's waned on me a little, but I still kind of like it. It's a good one. So yeah, overall, the EP is good. I mean, I like it. I like a lot of the arrangements. The instrumentation is really good on parts, and I mean, heck, the whole thing is, I mean, aside from Something Just Like This, but it really shows Coldplay going back to a little bit of their roots-ish, but still blending everything together into a nice big pot of Coldplay. So, you know, just smell that cold playing, if you will. Anyways, I am Legend BTV. This EP is going to get a 7 out of 10 from me. And thank you all for watching. I recommend this EP quite a bit. And yeah, Coldplay forever. Yeah, Needle Drop, don't sue me. Alright, see you guys. Subscribe.